Marching in today's parade are 256 of the graduating Marines from Company K. Among the 256 Marines are 2 Marines who displayed outstanding performances in 2 individually graded events. Private First Class Richard Halpin III from Platoon 3,230 is the company high shooter, scoring a 342 out of 350. Lance Corporal Roberto Arniz Provinas from Platoon 3,234 is the most physically fit Marine, scoring a 299 out of 300 on the physical fitness test and a 300 out of 300 on the combat fitness test. They will be receiving awards from the Marine Corps Association and Foundation. Present today is the company honor graduates recruiter, Sergeant William Duran. Also present today is the primary marksmanship instructor with platoon high shooting average for Platoon 3,230, Sergeant Mitchell S. Albers. Recruit training is comprised of subjects required to produce basic Marines who function effectively in garrison, are trained in rudimentary individual field and combat skills, and practice the personal and professional traits which distinguishes them as Marines. Examples of these traits are discipline, the achievement of self-control and self-awareness which assures respect for authority, instant and willing obedience to orders, and the self-reliance to maintain or improve those traits which exemplify a Marine. Military bearing, consistently demonstrating military presence and personal awareness, as well as the proper wearing and maintenance of uniforms. Esprit de corps, acquiring the common spirit of the Marine Corps that inspires enthusiasm, devotion, pride, initiative, teamwork, aggressiveness, determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others towards excellence in common goals. For 248 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls, in the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies. Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Although battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with steel resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis, to corps, country, and each other that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat or deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. Their resolve to be the most ready when the nation is least ready. To defend freedom anytime and anywhere. To stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters. To pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy. And to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company K, today marks the end of the 13-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton, as well as on this parade day, and have been trained as are all Marines as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the ceremony will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hands over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. At the command, post the colors. The color guard moves into position within the parade. This signifies that the entirety of the parade has been formed and is ready to be presented to the command. Following the command, parade rest. The parade adjutant will give the command sound off, which signals the band to parade forward of the assembled Marines while playing military marching music. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops.
Series 3,230, all present. Series 3,233, all present.
At the command, Officer Center March, all unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, those in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for their dedicated service to corps and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel M. Matthew Phelps.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, families and friends, distinguished guests. On behalf of the Commanding General of Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego and the Western Recruiting Region, Brigadier General James Ryans, and the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, Colonel Peter Rumler, welcome to the graduation ceremony for Company K. It's my distinct pleasure this morning to welcome today's parade reviewing official, Colonel Taylor of the Performance Branch, Manpower Management Division, Manpower and Reserve Affairs at Headquarters Marine Corps. You'll hear his impressive biography in a few minutes. Sir, we're honored to have you with us today. Now, before I talk about the remarkable young people that you came to see graduate, I'd like to acknowledge a few groups of people without whom their success would not have been possible. First, let me recognize those impressive Marines you see wearing the distinctive green campaign covers. They are, of course, the legendary Marine Corps drill instructors. Drill instructors are the critical element in the transformation of civilians in the United States Marines. From the moment a recruit arrives here on the depot, a drill instructor is with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, everywhere that they go, mentoring and leading them through recruit training. It takes a special Marine to be a drill instructor, and these Marines are extraordinary. Their impact on the Marines is permanent. Let's face it, of the thousands of people we meet in our lives, few will leave a lasting impression. But no Marine will ever forget the name, the face, or that gentle, loving voice of their drill instructor. Seated next to the reviewing stand is another special group of people. These are the families of the officers and drill instructors of Company K. These families know firsthand the time, dedication, and sacrifice that it takes to make Marines. They assume additional roles and responsibilities at home so that their Marines can be here focused on the mission. We couldn't do this without their love and support. Please join me in a round of applause for the families of Kilo Company. Now, every one of these Marines' journey began with the hardworking Marine Corps recruiters who canvassed the nation on their mission to enlist the next generation of Marines. Today, Marine Corps Recruiting Command is represented by Sergeant William Duran of Recruiting Substation El Paso, Texas. It was Sergeant Duran who recruited our company honor graduate, Lance Corporal Roberto Arenas Pervenes. Sergeant Duran was the first one to recognize the honor graduate's potential and offered him the opportunity to become a Marine. Congratulations, Sergeant. And finally, while most of recruit training happens down here in San Diego, the recruits spend a few weeks up north on Camp Pendleton with the talented instructors at Weapons and Field Training Battalion. There they learn essential combat skills, including marksmanship, where they learn to engage targets with precision rifle fire at staggering distances, up to 500 yards out. Today, Weapons and Field Training Battalion is represented by Sergeant Mitchell Albers, the primary marksmanship instructor for our platoon with the highest shooting average, platoon 3231. Sergeant, well done. Now let me talk about these incredible people behind me. They are truly some of the best this nation has to offer. When they arrived here, they were young and fit, 19 years old on average, and in better shape than most people their age. Over 96% of them were high school graduates, and 7 had already earned college degrees. Beyond that, they demonstrated a courage and commitment that few of their peers could muster when they raised their right hand and swore a solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. They come from every corner of the globe, in this case 13 different countries, as far away as Afghanistan, Thailand, the Philippines, and Nigeria. And some came from right across the street here in San Diego. But wherever they came from, it was a common goal that brought them together, the goal of becoming United States Marines. 3 months ago, these young people embarked on the world's most demanding entry-level training program when they stepped off the buses and onto our historic yellow footprints. Since then, they've been rigorously tested. They've been trained and evaluated in the attributes that make Marines unique in the world. They've learned battlefield-tested warfighting skills so that when this nation calls, these Marines will be ready for the fight. We've hardened them by developing their physical and mental toughness so that they'll never quit or give up against any odds. We've indoctrinated them in our core values of honor, courage, and commitment so that they'll be Marines of exemplary character in peace or at war. And we've instilled in them a bias for intelligent action so that as small unit leaders, they'll be able to decide, act, and communicate in the future operating environment in any climate or place. I hope when you're reunited with your Marines, you notice a few changes. They should stand a little taller, look a little leaner. They'll look you in the eye and they'll probably use strange phrases like yes sir and yes ma'am. You want us to tell them to clean up after themselves or finish a meal, and I promise you, they all know how to make their beds. Behind those external changes is what I'm most proud of. Through their courage in coming here, through blood, sweat, and tears, through physical, mental, emotional, and character transformation, they've fully committed themselves to serving our Corps, and I am honored to serve alongside them. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you today 256 young people who can now and forever claim the title United States Marine. Now I'll ask if you excuse me while I address the company one last time. Good morning, Marines!
Good morning, sir! Hoorah!
Now, Kilo Company, I know when you got here several months ago, the furthest thing from your mind was standing here today. More likely you were thinking, what in the world have I gotten myself into? And how do I get them to stop yelling at me? But here you stand today at graduation, having accomplished something that most people would never dare attempt. When you get home this weekend on your well-deserved leave, people be proud of you. They'll look up to you. They'll be impressed and amazed at your transformation. Your friends will ask you how you did it. And when they ask you, I want you to take them for a walk, right down to your recruiter's office, because I promise you, your drill instructors would love to meet your friends. Remember that the strength of the Marine Corps doesn't come from any weapon system or piece of equipment. It comes from the warfighting spirit of individual Marines fighting together as a team. War is a violent conflict of wills, of spirit, and so it is your spirit, your character that matters most. The world is a dangerous and chaotic place, and that is why we have you. Our Corps' legacy of being first to fight and never giving up now rests with you for safekeeping. The Eagle Globe and Anchor that we handed you as you finished the Crucible represents that legacy. And for as long as you wear it, you represent the entire history of our Corps and every Marine who came before you. Be proud of yourselves. Be proud of what you've accomplished. As you go forward in your lives and your careers, be worthy of the title you've earned. On behalf of the officers, drill instructors, and all the support personnel here at Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, let me be the first to wish you fair winds and following seas. Semper Fidelis, Marines, and welcome to our Corps.
Now taking their position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing official, Colonel Baron S. Taylor, Branch Head, Performance Branch, Manpower Management Division, Headquarters Marine Corps. He is accompanied by Colonel Peter M. Rummler, Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Regiment, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. Colonel Taylor graduated recruit training from Parris Island, South Carolina in fall of 1989 and was assigned the MOS of 0151 Administrative Clerk. He was then selected for the Meritorious Commissioning Program and ordered to Officer Candidate School in January of 1997. Upon completion of OCS and the Basic School, Second Lieutenant Taylor was assigned the MOS 0180 Adjutant. He has served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands to include Division Adjutant for 3rd Marine Division, Okinawa, Japan. Assistant Chief of Staff, G1 at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego and the Western Recruiting Region. Battalion Commander for 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. Assistant Chief of Staff, G1 at 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force, Fleet Marine Force. Colonel Taylor currently serves as the branch head for the Performance Branch Manpower Management Division, Manpower and Reserve Affairs at Headquarters Marine Corps. Colonel Taylor's personal decorations include the Legion of Merit, the Defense Meritorious Service Medal, the Meritorious Service Medal, the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, and the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colonel Baron S. Taylor.
Sir, the parade is forward.
March to command and review.
Aye, aye, sir. Staff, carry, sword.
The passenger review is a tradition within all military units, allowing the unit commander to formally inspect the unit under their charge. More than 1 million Marines have been trained here in the past 100 years and have departed San Diego for combat in conflicts around the world, including places whose names are immediately associated with Marine courage and dedication. Names such as Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Iwo Jima, Busan, Incheon, Chosin Reservoir, Quezon, Kuwait City, Lebanon, Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, Somalia, Fallujah, Ramadi, Arjah, Sangam, and our most current operations worldwide. This parade deck is rich in history and tradition, and no Marine trained here ever forgets its sights and sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, as the national flag passes directly in front of you, please rise. Once it passes, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, Captain Cody I. Hubbard, and the regimental staff. Marine Band San Diego, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California. Series 3230, Series Commander Captain Carlos E. Ovalle Sosa, and Platoon 3230, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Stephen Ofalahi. Platoon 3231, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Gonzalo Morales. The Regimental Color Guard is led on the march by the Regimental Color Sergeant, Drill Instructor Sergeant Emmanuel J. Schutz. Series 3233, Series Commander Captain Charles A. Paul. Honor Platoon 3233, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Ivan Zamora. Platoon 3234, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Kyle J. Blankenship. Platoon 3235, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Derek S. Mojeski. Ladies and gentlemen, if you turn to page 21 of your graduation pamphlets, you will find the Marines Hymn. The Marines Hymn has a history dating back to 1859 and has a long-standing tradition for Marines to face the direction of the music and stand at attention when it is heard. It is now directed that all Marines present who have served honorably, and ladies and gentlemen, you are all encouraged to join. Sing the words to the first verse as Marine Band San Diego performs Anchors Away, followed by the Marines Hymn. Will the guests please rise? Thank you. Please be seated. The Marine Corps' uniqueness and strength as an elite fighting force is directly attributable to the magnificent efforts of the drill instructors and company officers who train and supervise the recruits. The distinct qualities of spirit and discipline, the heart and soul of every Marine have been developed, nurtured, and ingrained in recruits through their observance and relationship with their drill instructors and officers. Recruit training is the very foundation of the Corps. Each year, Recruit Training provides thousands of America's finest young men and women with the basic knowledge and skills to function in a profession characterized by its own set of high values and tough standards. The most important thing we do in the Marine Corps is make Marines. The individual Marine is the Corps. That is what we do here. For the Marines graduating today, the long, arduous journey of the last 13 weeks is but a small step into the future of the Marine Corps. As they prepare to fill the ranks of our Corps, they do so with unquestionable support for the high ideals and standards of the United States of America and the United States Marine Corps. Although Company K prepares for their final dismissal from boot camp, their initial training is not over. Soon after graduation, they will report to the School of Infantry, Camp Pendleton, California, where they will continue to be trained to serve as an effective member of the Marine Rifle Squad. The intense initial training that every Marine undergoes is designed to instill the fundamental premise that every Marine is a rifleman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to introduce to you the Marines responsible for ensuring the success of the difficult transition required to become a Marine. The company commander is Captain Cody I. Hubbard. The company first sergeant is First Sergeant Jonathan R. Huckabee. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the company staff of Company K. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the guidons. The guidons have been carried by the platoons throughout recruit training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such guidons, which identify their unit and are a source of pride to each individual member. Note that the honor of carrying these guidons is bestowed upon those Marines who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation, and character, and were selected as the platoon honor graduates. The platoon honor graduates compete for the titles of Series and Company Honor Graduate. They are considered the top Marines graduating today and have demonstrated the highest potential for future leadership and responsibility in the Marine Corps.
Center! Head! Forward! Heart! Order! Got 'em!
The guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors. The honor graduates will now be presented a plaque by the battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel M. Matthew Phelps, and the battalion Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Gerardo E. Trevino. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until all honor graduates have been recognized.
Present arms. Order arms.
The honor graduate for platoon 3230 and the series honor graduate is Private First Class Jacob D. Lafine from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. The honor graduate for platoon 3231 is Private First Class Mario Rivera Jr. from Houston, Texas. The honor graduate for platoon 3233 is Private First Class Christian D. Gonzalez from La Habra, California. The honor graduate for platoon 3234 and the company honor graduate is Lance Corporal Roberto Arenas Purvinas from El Paso, Texas. Lance Corporal Arenas Purvinas is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for his outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. And the honor graduate for platoon 3235 is Private First Class Nathaniel K. Benningfield from Fremont, California. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor graduates of Company K.
Company First Sergeant! Dismiss the company.
All right, sir.
The company first sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.
Senior drill instructor! Dismiss your platoon! Aye, First Sergeant!
Ladies and gentlemen, as a friendly reminder, please do not cross the parade deck and utilize the far ends. Pick up any trash around you and all personal belongings and utilize all waste receptacles. Please start making your way towards the parking lot, utilizing the walkway behind the bleachers and go behind the yellow curve. Your new Marine has been briefed on meeting you in the parking lot behind the yellow curve. Please keep in mind the level of training your Marine has received and afford the same opportunities to those in training by removing any congestion on the walkway behind the